Brooks.
Kirk Leggrass trying to break a gavel.
Call this meeting to order. This is our workshop session on, what are we? April 22nd, 3:02 p.m. Call this meeting to order. Councilman Mitchell, will you lead us in invocation? If you can, please stand. I can.
Hello.
Was that the man call?
That's the big man.
Tell him we finna pray.
That's the Batman.
We thank you, Father, for letting us have a great opportunity to be here again. We ask that you come in our doors and bless this council. Let us make the right decisions for our city. Bless the employees of the city. Just bless our city in a whole and let it all become one. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Okay. We're agenda item number 3, Discover Odessa Quarterly Report. Laura. There you are. There's Laura. On the back row.
So I can sit on the back row. Let's see. Yeah, do I have a clicker or do you? Okay. Hello, everyone. Are we good?
No. Nope.
I didn't think so. Do I push a button?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, you go.
Check. Okay, great. Hi, everyone. It's great to see you. Thanks for having me here today. We're here to present Discover Odessa's quarterly report. We're presenting quarter 2, January, February, and March. So we've got our first page there. I'll do my best to be brief. I'm just going to highlight a few things. If you have any questions, feel free to stop me, or I'll give some space at the end. We'll go to the next page. This page shows our total economic impact for the events that we supported in this quarter. There in the middle, you'll see there was a total of 34 events. You'll see the total attendees as well as the total hotel nights for this quarter. And then the graphs on the far right and there in the middle break down each of those categories between meetings, special events, and sporting events. So you can see the hotel nights for meetings, special events, and sports, economic impact for all 3 of those, and attendees for all 3 of those.
May I interrupt you?
Please.
January, was that because of the rodeo? Is that
Yes,
why it's so
sir.
high?
Yeah.
Is that typical?
Yes. Yes, the Sand Hills Rodeo definitely brings a huge influx of visitors to our city.
I know this is a quarterly report,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe it's be me, but wouldn't it be interesting to me to see, okay, I love this first one, the total economic data for the first 3 months of the quarter, but how does that compare to 2024, 2023? Can we have like a trailing, 2 or 3 year trailing, just to see if we're still on track or if we're doing better, worse?
Yeah, I love
that'd be
that.
something you could do easily?
Yeah, it sure is, and we've actually mentioned that before, and I remember last quarter we had a little side bubble, but I think we could really redevelop this page to have a lot of more comparisons so you could really see. Sure could. Thank you. All right, let's move to the next page. This is our visitor snapshot. This is from Zartico. Zartico is our data platform. This is a very robust system. There's a lot of information we can pull from it. We try to just grab its main snapshot that it produces. One of the things I wanted to highlight in this quarter was that hotel occupancy was up there on the far right. And then at the bottom right, your average visitor spending, retail was up quite a bit. And I know it's, as you say, sir, you don't see that it was up from the last quarter, but for me, looking at these often, typically restaurants is higher than retail, and this quarter, retail was up. We'll move to the next page, highlights our groups assisted. We keep the same breakdown throughout the report, so you'll see sports, special events, and then meetings color-coded as well, January, February, and March. Sports and meetings were more balanced this quarter than typical. Typically, sports really take priority. Next page here, we have our upcoming groups and events, and we have events booked all the way out to October of 2027. Lots of good things on the books already. We do have 4 team members who were traveling last week, 2 at a sporting conference, 2 at a meetings conference. They got to sit in front of quite a few different planners, meeting planners, sports planners. So I hope to see this upcoming events page grow based on those meetings. I do want to highlight there in July of this year that we did earn the American Junior Golf Association golf tournament. That is a tournament that's typically been held in Lubbock. And due to some scheduling conflicts there, they were looking for a new place to host it. And Parks and Ratliff Ranch did a great job working with us to make this happen this year. And we want to roll out the red carpet for them and hopefully continue to bring them back. We can move to the next page. This highlights our digital marketing footprint. You know, here we just want to continue to show you that our social media continues to grow. People love to see good videos and photos of our city, of visitors and locals interacting with the attractions and food within our city. Our newsletter subscribers are great. You know, we try to keep our newsletter simple. Your inbox is really bombarded with a lot, but we want our newsletter to be something that locals and visitors alike can go to know what's happening within our city. The other thing I want to highlight on the right side, middle of the page, is our engagement. If you'll see that the #1 top visited page is our events calendar. We do our very best to keep that events that are visitor facing, events that a visitor might want to attend while they're here in town. We'll go to the next page. This is our advertising highlights for the quarter. We've got print on the left, digital on the right. Ashley Flores, our marketing communications specialist, has really been working to develop our photo library because great photos really make a difference. And as you'll see, if you can see them, I know they're kind of small, we really have some great content. We've been using user-generated content, UGCs, which is where you can grab photos that people have shared online locally if they give us that permission, which we love to see because it's someone who's actually in our community doing something exciting, and then you can share that with the visitor. And then on the right, for our digital advertisements, Ashley really worked on some local restaurant pieces because we love good food, right? And so we really highlighted some of that this quarter, as we continue to do throughout the next couple quarters. We love to highlight our local restaurants. To the next page, I'll just briefly share, we had our first ODTX photo walk, and that was where local photographers went downtown. They had a challenge. They worked on portrait photos. They absolutely loved it. They took a lot of great photos, highlighted a lot of our murals. It was a really neat engagement piece for a lot of our local photographers. And on the right, National Travel and Tourism Week is May 5th through the 9th. That's coming up on First Friday, the first Friday preceding that week, which is May 2nd. We will participate in First Friday downtown. We'll have a booth, and we will have some really exciting giveaways. UTPB Pots and Prints will be there to help us print. If you can see it, yeah. That bag and that handkerchief, it doesn't have anything on it because it's going to be a surprise. A local artist is creating something really cool for us. She'll have some limited edition artwork on those items to be given away that day. And then all next week on our socials and all of our advertising and newsletter platforms, we're going to talk about all the great things to do in our city and the importance of travel and tourism.
What is the staycation?
A staycation, so that's specifically we have a couple hotel nights, a couple nights stay at the Marriott, as well as some gift cards that we'll give away. And the idea is whoever wins that can do a staycation, which they can go stay at the Marriott downtown and go eat in our local restaurants and go shop. So it just kind of so it's something we can give away, and you're probably not going to give it away to someone from out of town, as it'll probably be on a Friday night. Here it'll be a local person, but we're promoting the attractions and the hotels. Next page there is our team highlights. This is just a list of a lot of the meetings and things that we attended this quarter. We were rather busy, as I know everyone is. And then the last page shows our sports event recruitment program. Teresa's working very hard to give this money away to qualifying sporting events. As you all know, our biggest problem is having a place to put these sporting events when they come to town. But this is all of the events that have been supported thus far, and you'll see the amount granted and the amount remaining, and as well as the economic impact for those events. That is my report. Do you guys have any other questions for me?
What currently you have $202,534 remaining in that. What did we start you out with last year, this past year?
250,000.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Just make sure you put it on your pad that OC is having the Region 5 tournament here next year. So
Absolutely.
make sure you guys be aware of that. That's a big event.
Yes, sir.
The junior college basketball tournament. The Region 5 will be here instead of in local.
Yeah, so
It'll be 16 teams coming that weekend.
Didn't know which sport.
The basketball.
yeah, Mr. Mitchell, Teresa, our sporting sales specialist right there, she said she's already been in contact with those coaches. So we'll definitely support that.
Okay.
If there's nothing else that I can do for you guys, we need to do another rodeo, right? Yes, sir. Okay.
Button busted.
Yeah, because he wants to participate in the mutton busting.
I thought he was gonna tie a ribbon on a lamb.
Well, we also supported the OC rodeo, and that was fantastic, and those guys work really hard.
It's a good attraction.
Yes, sir, I agree.
Anybody else?
Very good.
Laura, thank you very
Okay,
much for your
thank
report.
you,
We
guys.
Laura,
appreciate it.
Laura, can I hand something to you?
Please.
That makes sense.
Oh,
right?
yes.
Okay.
Yes, he just drew me
We can
an
see where we
idea
go, see where we're going.
of some comparison. Thank you, we'll work on this.
Thanks, Laura. We
Yes, sir.
appreciate it. All right, let's move on to agenda item number 4. Discuss the Odessa Soccer Association relocation to Sherwood Park. Jonathan.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Council.
Hello, John.
We are discussing the potential relocation of the Odessa Soccer Association to Sherwood Park. OSA has reached out regarding the possibility of returning to Sherwood. The Parks Department is in support of this move back, as well as the support of the Parks Advisory Board. There are a few updates, infrastructure updates that we believe would be necessary to accommodate the increase in attendance. The first one would be additional parking at the park. There's also the need for restrooms, as well as upgraded sports field, the turf, irrigation. Water is a question. We need an additional water well, or we'll need to hook up to city water to make sure that we're getting adequate water on the fields as well as the rest of the park. But we wanted to bring that to the council and see the direction that y'all would like to go in regarding that. As far as the upgrades, we do not have cost associated with that. If it is possible, we'll go back and work with architects and designs teams for the infrastructure updates and get actual numbers for that.
Jonathan, how many members are on the board for the Parks Board?
We have 6
Okay.
members.
And these are people that each one of us gets to appoint?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Or 7, I'm sorry, there's 7.
And you said that they've approved that we,
We discussed it, and they are in favor of the relocation. They did agree with the infrastructure updates to accommodate the attendance,
so when
especially
you,
the parking.
I apologize.
I'm sorry.
So when you mention the word relocation, you're saying open up Sherwood Park for soccer playing versus the south side facilities that we have available?
Comanche
Yes.
Trails.
Comanche Trail?
Currently, the Soccer Association plays at Comanche Trail East and West. They utilize 2 facilities. There are needs at that facility as well. Comanche East, there's a slope on the back third of that park. It is in a floodway, so there'll be, there's additional architectural challenges to level that field. The additional parking is needed there as well. So they have needs at that facility as well. Frankly, it's not big enough. They utilize multiple facilities as is. There will be, if they do relocate back to Sherwood, they will still utilize Comanche West periodically, but that is because there's lights. And that's the only facility with lights at the fields.
So you don't have a cost on this yet?
We do not. We would have to, we'd have to work with the design team architects for the upgrades needed. If we're in favor of the move, we'll bring back actual numbers, so we know how much we're looking at. It'll be, what's needed is the additional parking, the restrooms. So there's restrooms at the facility, but they're at the baseball fields and wouldn't be easily accessible. So if we put restrooms between the soccer fields and the playground, it would be beneficial for everybody. Currently the field that they would be playing on is uneven. It's a common grass. It's not durable. So we would need to come in, level it, and bring in a TIF-tough Bermuda grass that would sustain the traffic, the foot traffic.
So, Jonathan, I apologize.
Yes, sir.
I've been to the baseball fields, but I don't know, there's not currently soccer fields there.
Correct.
Is that correct? I guess I'm asking.
No.
That's
There-
correct. There's not currently soccer fields there,
I
no,
thought
sir.
there are.
No,
The-
we removed them last year.
Yeah, I know.
because
They've
They
been,
wouldn't take care of the fields.
right.
They
They-
wouldn't put
there
any
was a-
money
this was-
into it. This
right.
is why we removed from that field
They-
right there. And not only that, that field, that park is considered a green zone.
Yes.
And it wasn't meant to be used for soccer.
Yes, sir. It is a green space.
There's a problem.
So I am aware of, I was not involved in any conversations when OSA was previously there. I can only speak to my relationship with them, and they have been 100% for upkeeping the facilities that they utilize, as far as monetarily and labor as well. They have no problem doing that. So that's my experience.
And they also located a building on there. They moved it from UTPB, put it out there, and never got the proper permits for that. And we never resolved that problem out there. So here are we gonna wind up with the same deal again? They're gonna bring something out there and stick it in the park.
So it's, we have had the conversations. It's understood that we cannot build facilities, houses, buildings on park property. However, that building has been built and it is there. There's a deed when the county deeded over the parkland to the city. The requirements of that deed are that no one person or organization can solely use that building now that it is there. So if it's a storage facility, it would be accessible to everyone, not only OSA, and that's the language in the deed.
So you do have some fields over at Floyd Quinn.
We do,
What's wrong
yes, sir.
with those fields?
There's,
They're already there, they're existing,
it's,
flat,
it's,
everything's there.
I agree, and that's a great facility, great fields. It's just the size of the park, how many fields that we can accommodate. It's a great thing, but OSA has a lot of teams, and they have, multiple. They have their OSA recreation league as well as a club league as well. It's a big organization, and it's just a matter of space.
Jonathan, we've been fighting this for I've been on the council now 5 years. We've been fighting this since I got on the council 5 years ago. And OSA has taken advantage of us every way but sideways. And they've taken advantage of us by putting a building on that park. They weren't supposed to cement those soccer goals in the ground. I believe they did. We told them not to. I mean, when they get a hold of a piece of property, they just take over. They ran electricity across from the church, across to that building. They tore up the end of the sidewalk and didn't replace it. And I think we ended up replacing it. That very last square. Huh?
We did.
We
because
did.
It was a liability.
I mean, it was a liability, and we made them go in there and replace it because they had to replace it. I mean, they're like vultures. They come in and they just take over. They do what they want to do. They don't ask anybody. And so I've got a little problem with the OSA, I always have. They never paid UTPB or us for the fields at UTPB the whole time they were out there. And so I just don't trust them. And I feel sorry for the kids because we haven't gotten far enough on our sports complex, and that's coming up next. And I think you're talking about a lot of money here. Two restrooms, a men's and a women's restroom. You're talking about, that's expensive stuff. You got to run water and sewer, and then to say the least about digging up the common Bermuda, which is full of goat heads, as I understand it. And so every place we've tried to put them, they've complained about it, and they just want it their way or no way. And I've just about had enough of them. And we're trying to build this sports complex to accommodate everybody, and which is heavy on our minds right now. The mayor and I, the rest of us, Craig and the rest of us, have been working on it. And I'm just not willing to, because you can't get all this done, but that would take a year to get that stuff done.
It would be a major project,
It
and
is
the
yeah.
dollar amount would, I'm assuming, be in the $1 million range plus for total. And we will absolutely follow the direction of the council. I can only speak to my experiences with OSA, and me personally, they have, since I've been here in August of 2023, they are actually the only sports association that has paid their 10% since I've been here every season. It has been a great relationship on our end, great communication. So I just can't speak to the past. That's just my experiences.
Yeah.
We'll absolutely follow the direction of the council.
Well, I'm just sharing my experiences with you.
Absolutely.
Because I'm glad
Yes,
to
sir.
hear that you're collecting your 10%, because that's the way it's always supposed to have been. But, that if we have other facilities like Mr. Haney was saying, if we have Floyd Gwynn and these two parks over here, when they come and play on Fridays or Saturdays or whenever it is, they just take over everything. And so the rest of our citizens don't have access to the park. And, you know what I'm saying? And parking, there is no parking there. It's a residential area.
Yeah.
And those people park on the street, got lots of complaints. I think Mr. Vasquez, who was just, that's yours, that's yours? Did you get a lot of phone calls?
On
It's
parking, yes,
everybody.
yeah.
Yeah, about the parking, because they park in people's driveways. It's a mess.
Sure.
It was just never intended for that.
Yes,
Jonathan,
sir.
answer me this. How many fields do we have at Comanche?
At Comanche East.
East and west
Or-
both.
So we have two full-size fields at Comanche West. You can play 4 fields, smaller fields, just 2 on each field. If we speak in terms of full-size fields, you can fit almost 3 full-size fields at Comanche East. It's the problem is the back third of that park has such a severe slope it's unusable. Like I said, there are some architectural challenges to level that because it is in a floodway. But it would help if we were able to utilize that whole space.
What about Floyd Gwynn? How
We're
many
2
fields are
miles.
there?
Yeah.
Floyd Gwynn is 2 miles from either one of those fields. Listen, when we played soccer, when we went to tournaments, we played on different, we played in different parks. We didn't play all together because nobody had big facilities. We're about to build a big facility so that we can have all the fields.
Sure.
And I'm fighting this tooth and nail, but I'm sorry you got to separate. But for right now, separate till we can get the fields built.
How many fields are at Floyd Gwynn on that north park?
Two big ones.
Two big ones. It just
Looks bigger than that.
is so total.
You
You
could
can
get
fit
some small
9.
fields on
They would be small fields, big fields, different sizes. You could fit 9. How many games you could actually get going on one day it's not that many with the size of the facility. It is tough logistically, and like we're talking about, we need the sports complex, we need additional sports fields. even with the sports complex, we are long-term, we will need additional sports fields just because of the influx in teams in all sports. But we just need the size of the fields, as many fields as we can get, utilizing the space now the best that we can. It's logistically, it's challenging.
How many fields you plan on putting at Sherwood?
So total, we can fit four full-size fields, and it would be from behind the community center all the way to 44th, and then a little section behind the baseball field. That being said, you can fit, depending on the sizes, there are several different sizes of soccer fields, so how many you can actually get in there depends on the need, but it's about four full-size fields.
But it takes up the whole park.
But
Well,
yeah,
you'd
would
take the whole
take up-
park, and you'd have to put the parking on the north side between the baseball fields and the community center, wouldn't you?
The additional parking, just looking at it, if we extended the parking lot to Everglade in the corner of the park, that's probably the easiest and to look at it. But I would definitely want to consult with the architect.
Well, we looked at that at one time and taking it the other way to the west, but I don't think it holds up many cars.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just, timing's bad. I'm just having a hard time with it because of what we're getting ready to do, so. I don't wanna shortchange the kids, but they're just gonna have to play, and, I mean, it's not fair to the rest of the kids, because on Saturday, Sherwood just, soccer just overwhelms it. Drive by UTVB,
Same thing.
you know, on a Saturday, or
Same thing.
there's 8,000 kids out there, you know, it's just, they're everywhere. And I don't know if that's OSA or who it is, but there's a lot of kids out there.
It's a different, different organization at UTPB, but yes, the amount of kids playing in youth sports, it's great. It's amazing. And we're doing our best to be able to provide, the best quality experience for players, parents, and everybody. And if an organization has a request like this, we absolutely want to accommodate that.
Sure.
as long as we're accommodating the entire city.
Let me ask you this, I'm just trying to think of room and space. Is there not enough room in the middle of Floyd Gwynn Park? I mean, it seems to me in my mind it's a giant park.
That is a big part. We have not explored that.
Well, you already had the other fields right there on the north side, and it seems to me if you could do something,
You could
so they're
put
all,
the kids' fields on, over there, you could have two full-size fields running constantly, and the kids over there, and that would take care of probably 70 to 75% of their needs right now. And then you could use the other two parks as a fill-in, if you're having a tournament or something, to play a couple more games on. So, I mean, brother, my kids played the same deal. We traveled everywhere and we played, and we went to other places. It was the same way. They used the baseball fields as the soccer fields for the kids, so.
Jonathan, what would it cost to give us an estimate to do something at Floyd Gwynn and improve Comanche? In other words,
well, I know I got a call last week about Comanche, the Short District. Traffic was just, it must have been 2,000 or 3,000 people out there. I rode over there.
Well, they're running.
It was overcrowded.
Because they're
Yeah.
running Crane Avenue over there. You can't even get up
can't
it.
get
So
across Crane.
and that's gonna be completed soon, so.
But it was
that's gonna
quite a
open
few
up.
teams there.
Yeah, but
we
again,
just got.
you have Floyd Gwynn, you could have moved, they could have shifted some games to. So, they just don't wanna go to the west side, they don't wanna be on the south side. That's not, I'm sorry, but that's not for them to choose. They get to play in the parks that we have the space for. That's what they were built for. So,
Yes, sir. We do. Floyd Gwynn is utilized by there's an adult soccer league. They play at Comanche West, share with OSA because of the lights as well, and they do play at Floyd Gwynn.
See, and it's a
Soccer
couple of adult
complex.
teams play at
Okay,
Woodson
so-
on Sunday.
Right.
Yep.
So here's what I'm gonna say, and you're not gonna like this. The adults are grown up now. It's time for them to find their own place. Okay, so let the kids have the parks like they're supposed to be. If the adults want to play, let them play after the kids are done. They can do all they want to, but this place was built for the kids and not for the adults. I know everybody wants to be in shape, but sorry. Play indoor. There's enough indoor facilities. Play. But that's my deal on this, and I don't want to be the bad guy up here, but I want the sports complex built because then now you have 10 fields and nobody's arguing.
Right.
Okay, so that's
Yes,
what
sir.
we're working on. We
Yeah.
can't spend money on both.
Yes, sir. The, for the designs, the cost, conceptual designs, it'll probably be in the area of 30 to 40,000 to get those designs. We were quoting that we were going to look at getting designs for Comanche East to utilize the whole park, bring in additional parking because there are needs, no matter where we play, we need the additional parking, so we're not parking in front of people's houses all through the neighborhood. And for Comanche East, that design concept was going to be 38,000.
30,000 just for somebody to design it, and then another 200,000-300,000
Yes, sir.
to build the fields or better.
Mhm.
I think we spent $1 million on Floyd Gwynn. So, and it's flat.
Mm.
There's plenty of places you can do this at. So,
We'll
come on,
absolutely
Jonathan. You're
explore.
gonna have to get creative. I'm sorry.
Absolutely. Yes, and we definitely need to be right now. For
You're
sure.
doing a great job, but
Yes.
please
Yes,
get
sir.
creative on this.
So,
Yes, sir.
how many fields do you think you can get on Floyd Gwynn?
I haven't looked at the
Size.
middle of Floyd Gwynn as far as sports fields. It is a big area. We could get multiple fields in that area.
And there's parking there. We haven't built new parking lots.
There's more parking at Floyd Gwynn, absolutely.
And then you have the fields to the north. It
And
seems
it-
more logical there.
Yeah, and then you
And
got 3 at east and 2 at west. That's 5 more.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, and the Floyd Gwynn soccer, that's a great complex, sports complex, soccer complex. We will definitely look at that. We have not looked at that as sports fields. But that's a great idea. We'll absolutely explore that option.
let's do that.
I mean, that just keeps them 2 miles apart. You're within driving range of each one of those. So,
Yes, sir.
and I promise you, I have grandkids, so I'm having to bite my tongue over here too. So, but
So, we don't motion, let us do
No.
anything. I'd say come back to us with options on Floyd Gwynn and on Comanche. I think those, if we can make those better, more accommodating, I think it's a better solution. Because even with our sports complex, I don't know how long that's gonna be before it's done. And so, maybe and you still might need more fields, but it sounds like to me there's a lot of participation.
Mayor, there was also discussion on the sports complexes to work on the fields first and then work on buildings.
No, that's exactly correct.
Mhm.
Sports fields will be the first things built. And then it's gonna take about 18 to 20 months to build the indoor facility. So, if we get started sometime this summer, which I think at least the mayor and I have been talking about it, that's our whole goal is those sports fields will go pretty fast because they're gonna be turf. So they go, they go down pretty fast.
Yeah,
And we'll be able-
absolutely.
So,
The sport complex, it's critical.
Yeah.
It's just what it would bring to Odessa and the region, and just our needs overall.
we agree, we're way behind the curve, but we think we have that curve flattened out.
Yes, sir.
Or I think we do.
Yeah.
From start to finish, what is the window of time when soccer season starts and when it ends, more or less?
More or less, it's year-round.
Year-round.
Oh, it is year-round? Okay.
It's not
All the time.
I didn't know if it had a
specifically
seasonal-
year-round,
Okay.
Fall's the league
but there is
for
about a
sports.
month off.
At best, maybe a month pause?
Yes. We'll absolutely explore get creative. We'll look at Floyd Gwynn and other, our number one thing, we're trying to provide a service that all the kids and parents, they can go love to play at the facility. The parents are comfortable. We want every association to be where they want to be, and we want to take care of the entire community in that process. So we'll come up with a solution.
Well, even with the sports complex, any improvements to the existing parks is welcome and will be used
Right.
in the future. So,
And speaking of that, Jonathan, I think we ought to get, I'd like to see the estimate between turf and grass, because I know one's more expensive in the front end, but one's more expensive on the back end.
Right.
In the long run, maybe the other one's cheaper. I don't know. I'd like to at least see it on paper to see if we can compare apples to apples.
Absolutely. I'll get you those numbers. And in the long run, just because of water and the maintenance costs, mowing and the equipment, there is definitely an upfront cost, a higher cost for the turf. But in the long run, there's a reason why you see so many turf fields going up everywhere.
And they have this new turf, which I'm aware of, that actually, instead of the black pellets, they hold water. So you water the field before you play, and as it heats up, it releases the water, so it keeps the field, instead of being 150 degrees on the field. So that's what we were planning on putting down. That's been the discussion anyway.
Yeah, there's new technology coming out all the time, and there's the black beads that you see. There's also like a white sand that you can put over the field, and it does the same thing. It cools it 50 degrees cooler.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things, a lot of options we can do to make sure that the fields stay cool. We can go on and on about the sports fields.
The other thing, the grass is going to show wear and tear. I mean, if you use it year round, you're not, because this Tiff Tufts, it doesn't go dormant until February, till late December. It's already coming out late February, so it's only down like 60 days. It's great stuff. A lot of golf courses have gone to using it because it's such a durable grass, and it doesn't stay dormant very long. But when it's dormant, that's when it's vulnerable.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, any other questions for Jonathan? If not, we'll move on to agenda item 5.
Thanks,
Okay.
Jonathan.
Thanks, Jonathan.
Thank
Don't
you.
move a muscle. Go to agenda item 5, discuss park sign color, green versus brown.
Oh, pink.
Great.
So while we're looking at the colors, to just address a couple things that we talked about a couple weeks ago, if we needed to, we could put a plaque over any part of the sign that we needed to re-logo or change the name. Whatever the case may be, we do have that option. So that's one thing to keep in mind there. As far as the green, love the green.
I like the green, but with the white.
I do too.
Green and white.
Yeah.
Put the green and white like that on the screen.
This is the third one.
But we're on this. This is done. Did you see mine that I sent earlier?
So, yes. And as far as the direction, identification, and information, we can put a smaller sign, attach it to the bottom, just like, it'll be just like this, but a smaller sign with any information that we want to include to it. So we do have that option.
These just look nicer.
They do look good.
So the answer is yes. We're stuck with these.
Where's that one at?
It's on the
Exactly
bottom.
what.
See, that's
Yeah.
okay, but that's better, but
John?
that's even
Yes, sir.
superior.
On this presentation, you don't have the green with the white?
He does. It's the last one.
I'll pass this around. It was.
It's in the packet.
Yeah, I saw that.
Everybody else needs it.
I see it, yeah.
I've got it.
Still got it.
Which one? You guys like better?
Yeah. Green with the white.
Green and white?
I think it works. Yeah.
It just stands out.
Yep. It's clean.
Chris, are you agreement? Oh, yeah. I think we got an agreement, consensus,
Okay.
that this is the
Awesome.
more attractive
I don't
sign.
think we could go wrong.
Do we want to
Fantastic.
ask the ladies in the audience?
Ladies? Somebody help us. We're colorblind, probably. See, this is the one we like.
Awesome. Yes, sir.
Fantastic. All right, Jonathan, we have. Anybody have any questions for Jonathan on the sign color? We go with green and white. All right,
Green and white,
Jonathan. We
okay.
appreciate it. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Thanks, Jonathan.
Thank you.
All right, agenda item number 6 is authorized by the Texas Government Code, section 551.071, subsection 2, consultation with attorney. The city council may adjourn to executive session 2 on a matter in which the duty of the attorney to the governmental body under the Texas Disciplinary Rules of Professional Conduct of the State Bar of Texas clearly conflicts with this chapter to discuss funding structure of the sports complex. Now, I'll need a motion to go into executive
So
session.
moved.
There's a
Second.
motion by Councilman Canal, and a second by Councilman Thompson. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We're now in executive session at 3:42 PM. say aye.
Aye.
Motion's unanimous. There was no action taken during executive session. Is there any motions?
Mayor, I would like to make a motion that we direct staff to issue an RFQ for design and build the new sports complex at Parksville.
Second.
Second.
Second by Councilman Canal.
Third, fourth, fifth, sixth.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion's unanimous. I need a motion to adjourn.
Also move.
Motion by Councilman Vasquez. Second by Councilman Haney. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Stand adjourned. 5:30 PM.